Hi there! Today the weather is a bit mixed, so I wasn't sure if I can take the video today. Nevertheless, I'll give it a try. So today I want to show you my new Cagan Plus. It's from Simsek family. The Cagan Plus means that it's covered with leather, and in this case there is I think it's a Tezhip painting on it. So it's very nice. And as for the Simsek Bows, they have very small handles. So the circumference is only 3 inches. And so I made myself a handle cover. And I've put in here some rayskin protection as well. So yeah, this is how I want to shoot it. So let's share some details. The specs. It has a length of nock to nock from 50.5 inches, so from here, not from the very tip. Strung, it's 45.5. The nominal strength is 37 pound, and we'll check in a bit if it's really like this. Max draw 31 inches. We have 7.5 inches from here to there, so the brace height. Arrow pass was, before I glued on the rayskin, 21 millimeters. Now it's a bit more, maybe 22. I didn't measure, but that's still fine. 460 gram weight, and we have zia length of approximately 24 inches both sides, measured from here to there, to the knocking point. And we have a bending length of approximately 21 inches, from approximately here to there, yeah, on both sides. Materials for the string, I guess, is fast flight. Seems reasonable. The center serving is quite centered, so you can put on the string this way or the other way around. I decided to do it that way because there was 2 millimeters more length here on this side, approximately. Yeah, that's it. The painting is done very nicely, as you can see it here and on the photos in the beginning. And so I tried to be very careful with my add-on. You see that I have painted here myself as well, so that it fits to the overall look. And we have here a golden edge as well. All right, now strength of today. Also, we have the Simsek logo, or at least the name of the boya, written on the belly side. Okay, hopefully, let's see. So I set my knocking point before shooting the bow. Risky. Okay, first the 28 inch. It's approximately here. 39, 1.12. That's 28 inches. This will be important for the speed test later. And 31 is my extra. 46.16. 46.16. All right. Materials. It's some kind of resin and fibers. In this case, the bow has been painted here on the tip as well, so the leather goes up to here, this point, and this is painted in the same color, which I think is very nice. And there is a small, what is it called? A line of golden color to frame this knocking point. Okay, very nice. The belly is plain black. Yeah, good. Now I think I've covered everything and we're good to go to shoot. So currently we have 20 degrees here and 36% humidity. And now I show you the handle fitting after my modification. And you see that I have now enough space here between finger and thumb. And yeah, I have tried to use a rayskin that is matching the color of the blue here, the blue color here. And so it fits very nice. So I'm not used to very thin handles, and I can remove the handle leather completely without any trace. The rayskin is glued on. But the leather would have been cut by the arrows anyway, and so it's safer that way. All right, now the first shots. With the arrows from last time. They have a length of 30 inches, weight of 387 grain, which means it's approximately 10 grain per pound in the moment at 28 inches. So now I double check if I have set my knocking point too low. Feels like I should go higher. Now let's check this one. That went to the right. To the right, very close. I did the same twice. That was more to the left. So the sound is like it is with the resin bows. It's a high-pitched tone. Like this. I think this is this one here that makes a bit of sound. Let's move it in here. Okay. It's relatively high. Okay, I fetched the arrows. Okay, a second round. I still do it slow. I'm not shooting much each day, so my reprogramming for the muscle memory takes a bit longer. They go too much to the right, so I need to compensate for that. So the feeling is it's a bit different than with the laminated bows. So we have the tone, and we have a millisecond of vibration. 1, 2, 3, done. So it's a bit, yeah. No handshock, of course, yeah, so don't misunderstand me. So I feel a little. I'm very sensitive, you know. And yeah, the tone is high. I think this is coming from the overall build. So if you have wood that sounds differently depending on the wood and the width, the layers, if it's carbon in between or whatsoever. So the tone is depending on the build. And now you have here resin all over, and this sounds differently and it feels a little differently. And the bow is relatively heavy because resin is heavy, and so you have something in your hand. So we will see it in the Tata comparison that I planned for, and there will be this bow included as well, of course. So I'm glad that the sun is now out again. So I need to set another knocking point so that the arrow's in between. to the right. I overcompensated, now it's to the left. It was in the center area, but a bit too low. I'll show you. The first, the second, in the middle. Okay, now more about the feeling. I'm sorry, one neighbor has now started mowing the lawn, so I hope it doesn't disturb too much. The draw is very smooth. It goes up very constantly. The bow is a little shaky after the release. At least I feel it that way. Center shot. But it's very precise. Lulu is one of the Thumb Archery Germany club, and she has used a Cagan during we call it a parcours with the 3D targets, and she's very happy with that one. And it's a very precise bow once you have the correct arrows for this one. So maybe these ones, they have a spine of 500, are not 100% ideal for this bow, but the color is matching, so yeah, I do it now with these arrows, but maybe I will create other ones for this one, maybe a bit lighter than this one. 10 grain per pound is okay, yeah, you can do it. 9 grain per pound would be better according to Simsek family, if I'm not mistaken. So now, reverse shooting. Works very nicely, of course. And one leg shooting. That's me. So how does it feel? As I said, the draw is very smooth. At the release, I hear this high pitch tone. I have a millisecond of a very minor vibration, but overall it's very nice shooting this bow. Of course, there is a difference to a horn bow, which is on quite the opposite end of the technologies. So it's hard to compare these two. So this is a resin bow. And I think for a resin bow, this is a very nice feeling. I have the Short Sipahi Plus. I'm not sure if he does the same, but it's a very short bow, so everything is very compact. This one is much longer compared to the Short Sipahi Plus. And we have more mass overall, especially in the Zia section, because it's quite thick. And yeah, so this is, I think this is coming from these very small vibrations that I feel. But I'm very sensitive, so probably most of you wouldn't even notice if this would be one of the few bows they have. They would just shoot it and that's fine. And this is okay, yeah, this is totally fine. What else can I say? You can use this bow underwater, just in case you plan for it. In case you do so, I would choose the version without the leather, yeah, because if the leather gets wet, you need to care for the leather. yeah, but not for the bow. Don't get me wrong, the bow would be fine. Yeah, it doesn't matter for the bow. What else? We come to the résumé in a bit, but we want to do the speed test first. Yeah, this is for now. Speed test with the 386 grain heavy arrows, length 30 inches, spine 500, and my draw length for the Turkish draw is 28 inches approximately. $164. Duplicated. $164, a third time. So 164, approximately, feet per second. So the average speed with the arrows was 164, and it's then 9.8 grain per pound approximately. Calculated down to 9 grain per pound, it would be approximately 171 feet per second, which is quite good. Résumé. What do I think of my beautiful Cagan Plus? First of all, it's a very beautiful bow. Yeah, so you see the blue from the side, it has a nice shape, as the Tatars have. It's, yeah, very nice. I don't know if this is a fast fight string. The center serving could be a bit more to one direction so that you have enough serving. So my arrow will be then here, and I will do another point, set another point here so that I have the arrow in between. The crafting is very nicely done. So the leather here is glued on very neat, and there are no glue excess or whatsoever. I like very much that the resin has been painted in blue as well. So this is just 100% matching here. Very nice. And that it's written here how much poundage it should have and so on. The painting is done very nicely. So thanks for a big thank you to the artist who has done it. And yeah, the handle was a bit too small for me, for my hands. I have hand size S, and 3 inches circumference is a bit too small for me. So I upgraded it here. These are 3 layers of leather. So the blue one is relatively thin. It's 2 layers, and then I glued on an additional one, and that's the reason why we have here a gap. I don't care about it, so I can still see the painting on the handle. I can remove the leather completely without any traces. It's just put on and then sewed here. The only thing that can't be removed is the rayskin, which I have glued on, and as you can see, here are the traces of the arrows, and it has the perfect spot here. The draw, show you here the full draw again, is very nice. So the curves are very nice, and it's just very good. So it builds up very nicely, and the first shots I felt a little vibration, very small. I didn't recognize it in the last shots, so I think it will go away after some time. What else? The tone is a typical resin tone, so it's a high-pitched tone. The only thing I could do, if it would annoy me, I could include here silencers. White fur, for example, would do the trick. Or if I find blue one, but none of my Tatar bows has fur on it. And since this bow will be in the comparison video, of the Tatar comparison video, I won't do this before it. So or the Tata bows. Or do I have? The rider is a Tata as well, then there is one. So then I could do it. Let's see, we see. In the Tata bow comparison, there will be the Saracen from Lukasz Navalny, the Tata from Grocer, the biocomposite, the AF Tata, this Tata, and the rider as well. Yeah, I think this is quite a very nice round of Tata bows. And so we have nearly everything except horn Tata, so I don't have a horn bow in Tata design. Sorry about that. But we have a wide range of technologies, and I think that will be very interesting. Similar to the Turkish bow comparison, but I think 5 bows is enough. Okay, so thank you very much, Simsek family, for building this bow for me, and thank you to the artist as well. I paid for it, so for those who don't know, this is a paid bow. And thanks everybody for watching. Wish you a great weekend. Enjoy it and have a good start into the week. Thank you guys. Bye bye.